We as black men need to stop consuming lookmaxxing content from white guys. What do I mean by this? Look around, look everywhere, look all over the internet. Every single time you see a content, it's made for white guys. If you watch a Brent Maverick video on what's the best hairstyle you can get, it's for white guys. You go to TikTok and you see what's the best hair shape, what fits your face shape, it's for white guys. How I found out when I was younger, I used to watch people like Brent Maverick, Alpha M. The only person who had some sort of decent idea was Austin Dunham. And that's because he's black. So he actually understands our pain. But I'm here to give you actual advice if you're black to cut out the bullshit. If you don't know who I am, probably don't because it's my first video. My name is Isaac Karema and I am all about self-growth. Lookmaxxing is just the tip of the iceberg. It's the one thing that I guess I actually give a little bit of a fuck about because I used to be quite ugly. Here's my credentials if you need to. One here, another here. Yeah, I used to be fucking chopped. And how I changed my bone structure it was basically complete obsession. The only way you can actually make a pretty good change in your life is if you want it bad enough. I'll start with the hair. Well, the main advice people would give you is just go fucking get dreads. Bro, I'm close to single digit. I don't want fucking dreads all over my face. It hides my bone structure, right? The simple advice I'll give to you is if you have a strong jawline, keep it short. If you have a weak face shape, maybe consider going dreads. But if you're gonna get dreads, okay, you have to make sure it's neat. That's my thing about dreads. Dreads make you look gangster as fuck. And if you're just trying to look like you actually have a job and you don't rob and you don't want to make everyone who meets you start assuming shit about you, dreads can really, really throw that off. So that's my only issue with dreads. And when I had dreads, I'm speaking from experience, I had dreads for 2 years. It's just so high maintenance, bro. Unless you're making a good income salary, do you think you can just go and get a retwist every fucking week? Once it starts to grow out and look rough, that shit does not look good. I know you've convinced yourself that it looks good, but it doesn't. You look rough, bro. You look rough. It only looks good when your hair is messy, but it goes with the fit. Like you're clean, you're well groomed. But come on, bro. Some days you're just gonna wake up from sleep. You're not gonna be asked to do your skincare, all that bullshit. And what, you're just gonna look homeless? What I recommend for you is, if you wanna grow your hair out, get a low taper, not a high taper, a high fade, none of that. It's outdated. Get a low taper. Keep the sides maybe a little bit medium fro. You can use the sponge if you want. That is the best for the average black guy, because at least that stuff gives you that curly hair texture, and it kind of gives you that light skin appeal if that's what you're into, or if you like white girls, or you're only trying to pull black girls. That curly hair shit, it kind of helps. But hair is just, as a black guy, you don't really have much options. It's braids, dreads, or low cut. If you have a good jawline, go low cut. If you don't have a good jawline, grow a beard. Moving on to my next point, the beard. Most of us black guys, we don't have the genetics to grow a full beard. They'll always just tell you, go use minoxidil, go dermastamp. These shit fucks up your skin. If you're someone who actually cares about your skin, you don't want to just go and start fucking stamping your face all the time. We are black. We get pigmentations like this. It shows like this, bro. You might think that, oh yeah, your pigmentation is not that bad. Brother, go sit next to a model. Go sit next to, even just me. Sit next to me with someone who actually has clear skin, and you see that your skin is fucked. You want to have even texture on your fucking skin. And you using dermastamps all the fucking time, that shit can actually give you pigmentation. There's nothing wrong with it though. I'm not trying to tell you to stop, but I'm trying to tell you to be smart about it. Because all the people who have been recommending derma stamping, they're white. They don't have the type of skin that just fries. I mean, they do, but ours is completely different. Ours is completely different. We have a thicker derma layer, right? And what I would recommend to you is, if you're going to use minoxidil, that day do not derma stamp. Even if you're a white guy, I would say the same thing to you. Do not derma stamp. That shit gave me the worst pigmentation ever, and it took me forever to get over it. Just derma stamp and use something like this. This is rosemary and biotin. Biotin. Find an oil with biotin and use that instead. Because the thing about minoxidil is, you're going to have to use minoxidil for at least a year before the hair becomes terminal. By terminal, that means dark, full on dark. If the hair isn't full on dark, the minute you stop using minoxidil, it falls out. I am speaking from experience. I used minoxidil for 6 months. My eyebrows, it fully grew. But it didn't take long for that motherfucker to fall out. After 1 month of not using it, my eyebrows fucking fell out. They completely fell out. And I was just like, bro, what the fuck? All the hard work and like all the pigmentation I suffered using fucking minoxidil just to fall out. I was like, bro, you taking a piss. So I would prefer you just using oils, natural oils. That's better. You can derma stamp and even oil at the same time, and it's not gonna irritate your skin. And if you don't use it every single day, your hair doesn't fucking fall out. So I would prefer that. Moving on to skin, since we're talking about the topic of skin, like I said, most of the advice out there is for white guys. If you're a black guy, less is more. Less is more. Remember that. All you want for your skin is for it to be even. You just want an even skin. Don't try and fucking change the texture of your skin, change the color. All you want to do is even skin, reduce pigmentation, reduce scarring. The best products for that is using the vitamin C, a kojic acid soap, and an SPF. That is it. That is it. Vitamin C, that's going to help even the skin. Kojic acid, that's going to help brighten the skin. And then the SPF is to protect the skin. These combination is the best, in my opinion, for a black guy. If you have something a little bit more severe, or like you have scarring that you really want to fix, maybe you can add in a low strength retinol in the evening before going to bed. But retinol too, I don't like harsh product. I used it for a year, and less is more. Less is more. My next point, if you're a black guy, is muscle group. Yes, even your muscle group. If you're black, you gotta train a little bit more smart, because they have a stigma and stereotype against us, which is we're all fucking jacked. They don't know that we're not all fucking jacked, and we have to work for that shit. Sure, we might have genetics that help us, but we still have to put in the work. So as a black guy, and if you're not in shape, if you're not lean, if you don't have, good shoulders, good muscles, immediately people are gonna start, they're gonna look at you like, damn, this guy's black and doesn't really got nothing. All I can say for you is, let me tell you, this is the best muscles you gotta train. Your shoulders, your trap, and your neck. Your neck is a muscle that's been underslept. I've been training my neck for 2 years. For 2 years. Wanna know how I learned the importance of why it's so important? My younger brother, I went to him. Well, this is when I first started training my neck. I went to him and I looked at his neck and I was just like, damn, man, this nigga's neck is pretty thick, because he was always the attractive one in the family. And then I was just like, let me just measure that shit. I measured it with a tape, 16 and a half. Mine was 14 and a half. I was like, yo, and this guy was like 16, I was 19 at the time. I felt so insecure. I was just like, bro, why is my neck so skinny and his shit so thick? And I looked at his face, I'm just like, this is probably why you're even more attractive. You have such a thick, dense neck, bro. It looks so good. It looked so good. I had dreads too. His dreads were manicured and taken well care of, because he was younger than me. And my parents actually love him more. He had blonde dreads. He was a handsome guy. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? I made it my mission to start training my fucking neck. If you're black, you need to train your neck. You need to look not scary, but it's very hard for us to be pretty boys. It's very, very hard. So it's you need to look a little bit tough. You need to look like you know what's up, bro. No one can just come and push you around. You need to look like a man, bro. You have to be masculine. If you're black, you have to be masculine. And training your neck is the best thing you can do. If I turn around to the side, this is from 2 years of training my neck. Symmetry is there too. Equally. Can you see? Can you see? When you train your neck, you look imposing. You look strong. You look like a fucking fighter. If my neck was skinnier now, I promise you, I would look less like a man and more like a boy. Trust me, this is the highest ROI. Even if you skip the gym, let me tell you this. I think fucking working out is such a low ROI. It's a low return on investment. As a black man, you have so much more things in life to worry about than fucking hitting the weights. You need to make money, bro, because life is fucking difficult. You need to go make money, you need to learn skills, you need to get smarter. So you can't waste your time fucking being in the gym all day. Like, bro, I work out, but it's just so I can stay lean. I've already built the muscles from the years of hard work. That's just so I can stay lean. Stay lean. Lean is law. Lean is law. And that's moving on to my next point. Body fat. Body fat, body fat, body fat. You need to keep a low body fat. Body fat is not everything, I'll be honest with you. People always make it seem like body fat is everything. Body fat is going to fix your issues. You can get lean and you will still be ugly. It's all bone structure. It's all bone structure. If you don't have a good bone structure and you get lean, you're not going to maintain it. Because you're going to be lean, you're going to be starving, and you're going to look at yourself and be like, what's the point of doing all this? The only reason why I can maintain being lean now is because I have good bone structure. Now, whenever I look in the mirror, I'm a little bit hungry. I just look to the side, look to the right. I'm like, okay. I still got it. If when I got lean the first time and I didn't understand how to get a good bone structure, do you know how that shit fucked me up? I'll be fucking starving, looking in the mirror like, yo, I'm lean. Why is my face still fucking bloated, bro? Why is it round? I didn't know that there are mechanisms to this motherfucker. There's levels to this shit. But nevertheless, being lean is still law. You need to get lean to reveal the bone structure that you built. I'm moving on to my last point, bone structure. I'm not going to go too deep into bone structure in this video because I actually need to break it down for you guys. To get a bone structure, it deserves its own video. It deserves its own obsessiveness. I gotta actually sit down and speak to you because it's hard. But I'll give you a tip right now for an obsessive young man. Invest in this. This is a mouth guard. I wear this to sleep. I wear this to train. I wear this to do everything. Because this is what most athletes wear. When you see a boxer and he's fucking he's wearing this. He's wearing this. When you see someone in American football, he's wearing this. All these guys, and these are the men who actually look like men. You think they only look like boxers because of the fucking getting punched? Yeah, that fucking helps. Bone smashing actually does work. But that's not the point. My point is this makes a huge difference. This expands your palate. It expands your palate. It makes it wider. Don't listen to the bullshit. I've seen Clavicular talk about it. Bro, just trust me on this. As a black guy, I know they're gonna be like, oh, bro, we still have the same biology. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut up. There's no black guy who's doing it like me. So listen to me. This is the Revive mouth guard. I'll put it in the link if you really want it. This changed my life. This gave me a wider palate. This widened my jaw. And what this actually does is it locks in your gains. Let's say you tumble, right? You do all that tumble and shit. And then you go to sleep. All the stuff, the effort you put into tumbling, it just goes back to normal when you sleep. That's the issue. People don't know that when you tumble, you need a way to save your gains. If you don't save your gains, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So every single time you tumble and you go to bed, you lose all your gains. Tumbling does work. And the reason why people doesn't think it works is because they don't know how to save your gains. This is how you save your gains. When you're done tumbling, before you go to sleep, put this in your mouth. If you're a real G like me, tape your fucking mouth too. What that's gonna do is it's gonna pull your lips forward. It's gonna pull this forward. It's gonna pull your whole face forward. It's gonna pull your whole face forward. You get that downswing combined with chewing properly. You know, people say chew properly. That actually works too. But there's just no way of saving the gains. But now that you have this, every time you chew properly and you go to sleep with this, you save your gains. Every time you tumble, you save your gains. Every time you do anything, bro. When you mew, this helps you mew in your sleep. A lot of you guys, you could mew all day consciously. Then when you go to sleep, your fucking tongue falls down. This forces your tongue up. It keeps, imagine, like, I'm such a lazy guy. I'm all about ROI, return on investment. I like things that make me money in my sleep. I like things that make me look better in my sleep. This makes you look better in your sleep. No effort. And people are so fucking narcissistic and egotistical that when I recommend something like this, they're like, oh, it doesn't work, bro. Bro, you're wearing this in your fucking sleep. Like, what does this take out of you? I tried making my brother wear this. He tossed it out. This shit cost me fucking like, what, $60? This one's even more expensive because it's the new one. I fucking tossed it out. But my younger brother, he a real G. He actually fucking invested in it. I'm passionate about this shit, bro. I'm passionate about being the best version of yourself. This helped my sleep apnea. It changed my life, bro. It changed my life. But I'm not going to go too crazy in this video because this is my first video. And I already know it's almost 20 minutes, which is the max that I was going for. I just want to say, if you're black, there's not a lot of love for us out there. It's always white guys, Eurocentric beauty standards. You gotta look like, oh, this pretty boy, Like, we don't get enough love. The only guys who get loves are the ones who have that gangster persona with the fucking dreads and the money. Like, you need money, bro. That's why I'm even like so passionate about just not obsessing about the gym. Like, focus on other shit because you need money. If you're black, you need money, bro. Don't just fully obsess about this lookmaxxing shit. Get in the door, learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, then step out. Step out. My name is Isaac Karama, and I help men improve, specifically black men. If you're white, you can watch this too. I have tips for you too, but there's enough tips for you guys out there. For my black brothers, it's almost 20 minutes, so I'm gonna stop right there. Peace.